Hello friends, welcome to today's episode of Byte Novus. Today we're going to show you how to create a Memcache server and how to access it from your EC2 instance. Now this is the dashboard of Elasticache. Click on Get Started Now. In our previous video we have seen how to create a Redis server. So now you have to select Memcache, and as usual you have to give a name for your Memcache server. These are the engine version compatibility, we won't be changing that. And the port number for Memcache is 11211. This is the default port number for Memcache. And as usual, you have to change the node since we are using a free tier. Let me select T2 Micro. Come down, click on Advanced Memcache Settings. And before that, you have to give the number of nodes. For now, let me just select 2 nodes. As we have discussed in the previous videos, the maximum number of nodes you can select is 20. So if I scroll down, I can select up to 20 nodes in my Memcache cluster. For now, let me just select with 2 nodes and security groups. And let me open all the traffic, or you can just create a SSH layer where you're opening the port 11211. So I have already created a security group called allow memcache. In that I'm opening the port 11211. Let's come down. Maintenance window. This is the same as we have seen in Redis server. This is used when you're adding a new node or you're adding a new patch in your nodes. So those changes will be taking place during this maintenance period. And you can also set a notification whenever the maintenance period is going out. So now let me just create. Let me verify before that. So I have changed the security group. The node type is T2 Micro, and we are good with it. Now let me click on create button. Until this gets created, let me create an EC2 instance. Click on launch instance. I'm selecting Amazon, and let me go quick. These are all the default settings. I'm not changing anything here. Let me open the port for SSH. Okay. And then launch. Let me go back to my Elasticache and see if the cluster is up. This might take a while, guys. In creating a Redis or a Memcache server will take at least 2 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, if my EC2 instance is up, I'll try logging into it. So let me open my putty now. All right, now we have logged into my EC2 instance. So I have already written some set of commands which I have to install. So until the memcache is up, let me install the telnet. Sudo yum install space telnet. So this will ask you for a confirmation. Click on Y. So telnet is now installed. Let me go back to my Elasticache and see if it's ready now. So our memcache server is now ready. Let me click on this. So here there are two nodes. We just selected two nodes while we were creating the cluster. So these two nodes are now created. It has given a name as 0001 and 0002. We can also take some actions. Look, I can add some node. I can give some node here like 003, and availability zone. I can choose on which zone I can choose to host this instance. And then do I have to apply immediately? Yes or no? If I say yes, it will be applied immediately. If I say no, then it will be adding this node in the next window maintenance time. So when is the next window maintenance time? So let me see if I can have that information somewhere. So click on actions, select the Memcache server, click on modify. So in modify, the maintenance window is set on Friday 6:30. So every Friday on 6:30, the window maintenance time will take place, during which all the nodes which has to be added, or any patchwork which has to be done, everything happens during this maintenance window. And all right, now let me click on cancel. I don't have to change anything. And let me see if there is any other information that we can get. This is the endpoint of the nodes, and these are the monitoring. It shows how many CPU utilization and free memory. Basically this gives you it helps you in monitoring your node. Okay, so now let's go back to our EC2 instance. We have logged in and we have installed the telnet server, and now let's try to connect to our memcached instance. So type telnet followed by the endpoint. So here the endpoint is so and so memcache-learning blah blah blah, whatever you see on the screen. Copy this followed by the port number. So memcache is running on the port 11211, right? Okay, so let me give 11211. Click on enter. So now we can set any key here. So the command for that is set set followed by key, and let me choose my key name as, there's something wrong with my keyboard. Okay, set followed by the key name, and after the key name I'll say 0 comma 0 space 0 space 5, enter, and then I will enter the value. The value could be hello bytes novus, and then click on enter. Oops, sorry. So set x space 0 space 0 space 5, and then enter some value. I'll just say hello and enter stored. If I have to retrieve this, then I will say get a, right? So it is retrieving the value hello for me. If I want to store a big name, then I have to give set. I'll use a new key as b 10 15, okay, and then I would write a big name like hello bytes and click on enter. So if I want to retrieve this, get b. It didn't save. Let me check. Set b 15, and then get p. Now we can use a set command to set the keys. So I would say set a space 005, and then I can give some value. I can say something called hello, and this key and value is stored. If I want to retrieve this, I can just say get a. So it will retrieve the value. So what is this a space 0 comma 0 comma 5? So this is the memcached syntax. So this basically goes like this. So set followed by the key name. So in our case, we have given the key as a. After that, flag. Flag is nothing but a 32-bit integer that the server stores with the data. And whenever you retrieve, it retrieves the flag along with it. Follow this, we give the expiry time. Expiry time is the time in seconds. So 0 means there is no expiry time for this. And next you store the bytes. You say how much bytes I'm going to store in this particular key. And then once you give this, you click enter and it will ask you to enter the value. You enter the value and your key value, the tuple is stored in your memcache server. So guys, today we have seen how to install a memcache server and we have seen how to access it from your Linux. Maybe future I will set up a video on how to access or how to put and get values using a Java SDK or a Python. Until then, keep watching my videos. Thank you so much. Good night.